Hello and welcome to a new Football Fumb video. This is FM24, Football Manager 2024. This is a half season save with Leyton Orient. And I would like to just give you a little bit of background of why I chose Leyton Orient. As you may know, my club is Queen's Park Rangers, QPR. And lots of fans and football fanatics quite often look into their club's DNA. Three past successful managers have been Alec Stock, Dave Sexton, and arguably Terry Venables. There's a similarity or something in common with Alec Stock and Dave Sexton, who are on the Fumb now. They both managed Leyton Orient before they managed Queen's Park Rangers to a degree of success. Alec Stock was 1949 to 1959, so that's 10 years as a manager of Leyton Orient. Dave Sexton was just in the year 1965. They both had win rates percentage of 39% and 19%, and they both went on to achieving at Queen's Park Rangers win rates of 44 and 48%. So I thought I'd start just like them, two successful previous managers of Queen's Park Rangers at a smaller club, arguably, without being offensive, Leyton Orient. So I'll just like to run through on how I did it, and you can see on the screen now. Obviously everyone's quite happy. What's quite interesting is this manager timeline, which should show things a bit quicker. That's an understatement, isn't it? So it may be best to just go through the squad, and just you can see here that Reece Byrne is quite a young player, but he's been my main goalkeeper, 27 appearances. There's a few young goalkeepers here. I've had to bring in a centre back, quite a few loans, which you can see, which you will see. Left back, defensive midfielder, and I must say there's a little bit disappointment in their performances. For example, these are meant to be arguably wonder kids, and they just haven't done that well. But the other thing is I was going to show is that these the players which have been identified with the yellow box. So there's a few more here. These are real life transfers which I did not make. This is FM original save. So, and let's just go straight to transfers to show you what I have done. These two are coming in January, so we should be do even better. Transfer history, you can see that I've had to sell a few players. They were not happy with Theo Archibald going, but to appease them, I brought in Marlos, who you may know is an aging player, but he is very good at this level, League One. So going back to the squad, the Dan Happ is the only rated player in the squad, in the squad. You inherit when you start Leyton Orient save, you inherit Adam Thompson is a long-term injury. Let's just check his injury. Yeah, he was out 5 months. And then there's 2 strikers, so you are a little bit light when you first start this save. And also, which I'll come to, I think you're given only 70,000. So here's one of the other injured players when you start the save. Again, 5 months. The third player, long-term injury, is you see here, unavailable. As we go down here, yes, is this Aaron Drinan. So they're all back, and this is 9th of December. So nearly enough half the season is gone. And 4 months. So 4 months, 5 months, 5 months. League One. What I wanted to show you also is I didn't make, although it's quite successful, I didn't make too many staff changes. I think I brought in 1 physio and I changed the sports scientist. I did bring in 3 good scouts to help me, because the staff is not good here. But one this is so slow. One staff that is my assistant manager. I couldn't really resist. He's actually not that good, really, Fernando Morientes, but I couldn't resist. And the key thing is to me is that he's a model citizen, so he is very trustworthy, and he's good. So I've talked about injured players. I've talked about signing in real life. I've shown you the transfers. The money is pretty good because I've recouped what I've sold for, and it's just really on wages. I brought in, as you can see again here, 3 players. Antonio Marin is I couldn't get a work permit, but he's one of these special ESC work permit place, and he's doing okay. He's not fantastic, but the main thing is I've 3. I should be able to sell him for a decent amount of money. As I say, you are light on strikers, so you do need to bring in strikers. The other striker that I brought in was Jamie Donnelly. And what I found, though, is these young, I suppose, wonder kids. I talked about Marlos, experienced player. So Dorrington, Araujo, Bobby Clark, Alex Matos, and Jamie Donnelly, and Cade Gordon from Liverpool. They just, most of them do not like the big matches, and they get a bit nervous, etc. During matches. So, and just lastly, a little tip. If you may or may not know this, I don't know, but I will show you anyway. Data Hub, which lots of people don't really use, but I tend to. It won't show it now because it only uses it for league matches. But StatPack shows the opposition goal scorers and assist players that do a lot make a lot of assists. So they are. It will highlight 2 or 3 players in your opponent's team, which I tend to, when I go to my tactics, which I'll show you. I tend to then those 2 or 3 players, I tend to... It's not showing it, I don't know. Clear here. This is not working very well. Anyway, what I tend to do is type mark. If it said Michael Craig, I would type mark him and maybe press him. Femi Aziz is weak on the right foot. I would show him onto his right foot, the weaker one. Things like that. So that's quite useful. And going back to the tactics, it's the same tactics. 1, 2, 3, positive, attack, defend, that I use for the, as you see, the Groningen save, which works quite well. But what I have had to do, let's show you the schedule, because I had to tweak it and learn quite quickly in pre-season when I lost a few. Lost and drawn. But yes, since then I think we've been unbeaten, apart from Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup. But league-wise, we're doing just fantastic. And we actually beat the Arsenal under-21s in the EFL Trophy. So we're doing really well. But going back to the tactic, I've had to tweak it. And what I've found also, apart from marking the dangerous players in opposition, is like tweak during the match, or starts off cautious, balanced in any of these tactics. I also have tweaked, for example, I didn't have... Donnelly just didn't like playing as an attacking forward, which is... Yeah, and I've had to change him to deep line. Things like that. So I've had to tweak the actual... the roles which within the tactic, but generally they're the same 3 tactics that I've used, and I tend to also I've tweaked the defensive one. If I'm winning 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, something like that, and it's a bit shaky away, especially away from home, I tend to tweak these in possession. I take down the tempo. And I increase the time wasting. For example, I do not pass into space, be more disciplined, play for set pieces, and dribble less. So I've done that, and I think there's a few more tweaks. I hold shape as well, and out of possession, I stop the crosses and drop off more. So I've had to do a lot more work, and the schedule looks great, but I've had to work quite a lot, harder than I've had to in the past. Because as I said, the loans have not been as successful as I thought. They will be in time, but not at this moment in time. Training. I've kept the schedules which I've imported, which are my own ones, which I've tweaked from experience-based. So basically recovery after every match, and the rest is as I had in the Groningen save. So I hope that's interesting. I hope that gives you an insight into what you can do at League One level. Especially with Leyton Orient, and I hope to take on what I've learnt, which I will be doing a long-term save with Queen's Park Rangers, QPR, and hopefully take them into the Champions League, etc. Hopefully that's helpful. Take care, see you soon, speak to you soon. Football Fumb and out.